That's it. Yeah, is that fair to say? All right, great. So, do you know how many transgender Americans have been mass shooters over the last 10 years?
Too many.
It's 5. Okay, now 5 is a lot, right? I'm gonna give you some credit. Do you know how many mass shooters there have been in America over the last 10 years?
Counting or not counting gang violence?
This incident occurred with a large crowd around. There was one shot fired and one victim. While the suspect is at large, we believe this was a targeted attack towards one individual.
Get down! What the fuck?
In a nation already fractured by political tension, one shot echoed across a college campus and silenced one of the most polarizing voices in American conservatism. This is a story of Charlie Kirk, the activist, the influencer, the father, and the victim of what Utah's governor calls a political assassination. Charlie Kirk wasn't just another commentator. He was a founder of Turning Point USA, a conservative youth organization that grew from a dorm room dream into a nationwide movement. At just 18, Kirk launched PUSA to challenge liberal narratives on college campuses. By 31, he had become a fixture in right-wing media, a close ally of President Donald Trump, and a daily voice to millions through his podcast and social media. But on September 10th, 2025, that voice was silenced in a moment that stunned the nation. Kirk was in Orem, Utah, for the kickoff of his American Comeback Tour, a series of campus debates under the banner, Prove Me Wrong. The goal? To engage students in open dialogue about hot-button issues like gun control, gender identity, and free speech. That afternoon, Kirk sat beneath a white canopy in the Sorensen Center courtyard, fielding questions from a crowd of over 3,000. He was mid-response to a question about transgender mass shooters when the shot rang out. At exactly 12:20 p.m., a single bullet struck Kirk in the neck. Witnesses described blood pouring from his wound as he collapsed backward in his chair, roughly 200 yards away, a sniper's perch. Security footage showed a figure dressed in dark clothing fleeing across the rooftop. Initial suspects were detained, including one elderly man, but later released. As of now, the shooter remains at large. Utah Department of Public Safety Commissioner Bo Mason: "We believe this was a targeted attack." The suspect fired one shot from a long distance at one individual. Just hours after the shooting, Utah Governor Spencer Cox stepped before the cameras. His voice cracked with emotion.
Of interest in custody, the investigation is ongoing. But I want to make it crystal clear right now to whoever did this, we will find you. We have a person of interest in custody that is being interviewed right now.
That is not George Zinn.
That is not George Zinn. That is correct.
The campus was locked down. Classes canceled. Tributes poured in from across the political spectrum. President Trump ordered flags flown at half-staff, calling Kirk a patriot who inspired millions. But beyond the politics, this was a human tragedy. A young father, a controversial figure, a life ended in a flash. Charlie Kirk's death marks a chilling moment in America's political landscape, whether you agree with him or not. His assassination is a reminder of the fragility of civil discourse and the cost when it collapses. This has been Celebrity Playbook. Subscribe for more stories that shape the headlines and the hearts behind them.
After I got done talking to him, I really couldn't exit because there was such a big crowd. So I turned around like 10 to 20 seconds later after I got done talking to Charlie. I saw that he was shot in the neck and that he was squirting blood everywhere. But I was piecing things together, and it was really weird because the second guest that I talked to, before I went and asked him the question, what I was going to ask him, he was talking to him about how he was going to ask about transgenderism or something like that, but nothing about shootings. And this is the irony that came to me, which was like, right when he asked that, not like 5-10 seconds later, he was shot.